Hey, it's the Clockwork Mage and this broadcast spell is live. Welcome back, everyone. So, you are tired of being a dungeon master. Welcome to the club, buddy. But in all seriousness, if you are tired of being a dungeon master, that is totally understandable. You don't want to be the forever DM anymore. You don't want to be the guy that everyone comes to and that has to plan every single week or every single 2 weeks, however often you have D&D, to make the story for all your friends to goof off and just end up derailing you anyways. I understand. I have been there many times. In my 13 years of DMing, I have definitely wanted some breaks here and there, and I, after a long time, finally figured out how to take those breaks. Now, of course, I still want to play D&D while I'm on a DM break. That's just me. Call me greedy. Oh no. I'm sorry, I want to be a player for once. But every now and then, you want to. You want to enjoy a game that someone else has made and truly spend your time with your friends still, while not having to come up with every single thing and be the computer in the background for everyone as you're calculating dice rolls and monsters and encounters and story beats and everything like that. So I'm going to let you guys in on a secret. Talk to your party. You have to talk to your party. I don't know how many times I have to tell you this. Talk to your party. Just tell them, hey, can one of you guys run a one-shot? Can one of you guys do this? Please? Pretty please? I would love it. I would love if you guys could let me be the player for once. Now, you're going to get some pushback, especially if you actually have been the forever DM of your group. You're going to get a lot of pushback. Expect it. But if you're truly forward and honest with them, and you're really good friends as well, I'm sure one of them wouldn't mind stepping in for a session. Either that, or they would just say, oh, we'll just miss this session so you can take a break. That's not what you want. That's not what I want. That's not what you want. I know that. I know you as a DM just want to be a player for once. So don't worry. If talking to your players does not work, which it might not, your players may say, oh, I'm too afraid to be a DM. Oh, I don't know. I don't know the rules like you. I don't know how to come up with a story. I don't know how to do any of this. How do you even be a dungeon master? And this is where you get them. So what I do, and you guys got to listen, what I do when I want someone else to be a dungeon master for once is I run this little one shot that I've made. And this one shot gets everyone's creative juices flowing. It's really good, it's really short, and it's not taxing on anyone either. I think it's a great way to introduce DMing to people as well. And it's really that one simple trick that you need to just get someone else to be like, you know what? I kind of like being a dungeon master. The best little one-shot that I've done that has helped a lot of people become dungeon masters and figured out if they even liked being a dungeon master in the first place. Because let's be honest, being a dungeon master isn't for everyone, and I totally get that. It just can't be for everyone, otherwise everyone would be a dungeon master and they couldn't find any players. That's just not how it is. It's the opposite way from what I've seen, but that's not what matters now. What matters now is you're trying to get one of your players to be a dungeon master. So here's the one shot that I like to run. I call it the God of 1,000 Faces. Long story short, it's a god that thrives off of schizophrenia. He's a schizophrenic god. He has 1,000 faces that all fight to be the front of his mind, to speak, and to do what he wants to be done. It's a god of chaos, to say the least. And I use this god to say, oh, well, I can't be every single personality. So I'm going to need you guys to step in and help me out. And the way I have them prep for this session is I each have them come up with a single room that they are going to run with an all-powerful god. So they completely bend and alter reality any way, shape, or form. It should just be a one-shot. It shouldn't be anything serious. You can try to add it into your world. I found it very hard to add it in without it being a one-shot. But the one-shot's very, very fun. And you can just use this concept. You can adapt it how you like, obviously. You don't have to follow it to a T. Whatever works for you. And that should be for everything that I'm saying. It should be whatever works for you the best. Just take whatever I'm saying as advice. But anyways, to continue on, the God of 1,000 Faces is how I've been able to get other players into being a DM. I set them up with a storyline where I have a group of players enter a temple. This temple is in worship of the God of 1,000 Faces. Then I have the god appear and say, he wants to try some things. He wants to test some things out. And because you are in his place of worship, you are his guinea pigs. Then he warps them all to the first room. And I always do the first room. I always make sure that the first room is kind of the mood setter for everything. I have it be a little weird, a little wacky, and very chaotic. It's the best way to get things going. And it's the best thing to really get people out of their comfort zone. I've found it's really helped people not feel worried about whatever room they've come in to run. And this is going to be the fun of it. Their rooms aren't going to have that crazy of consequences. And that's going to be outstanding for them. They aren't going to be trying to run a campaign all by themselves and trying to figure out even a one-shot all by themselves from beginning to end. They don't have to. Now it's just a bunch of single room, almost puzzles, but not really puzzles. It can be whatever they like. I've had a player in this one shot run a hack and slash where we had to defeat X amount of enemies because he just really wanted us to try out fighting these enemies. Or we had a player do a whole interactive puzzle for us, which was really, really fun and really cool. I've also had a player do some weird encounter where we started inside of a monster's belly and we had to like crawl our way out. And then I've also had a horror setting where it was based off of Hansel and Gretel, where a witch lured us into her cottage and we had to find our way out of her cottage without being eaten alive. It was really cool. And you guys will see that giving your players just a one room thing to make will give them so much creative freedom without putting too much pressure on them. It helps them really break out of their shell and really see what they want to do. I highly suggest this one shot to everyone. I love it a lot. And like I said, I've used it many times and it's spawned a lot of DMs out of my players. And I've loved it. Now I have my time to shine as the player instead of just being the DM the whole time. And of course, when we want to run our main campaign or anything like that, we end up going back to me or something like that. And I don't care. I like being the DM most of the time, and I'm assuming you guys do too. But everyone needs a break. You know, you can't be the forever DM. I know everyone jokes about you having to be the forever DM, but you don't have to. I promise. And I hope this really helps you out. Now, this video isn't going to be very long. I don't really have much else to say because there's just so much creative juices that I'm going to leave to you guys. I was just hoping to give you guys advice and pass some wisdom on to you. I hope that you guys truly are able to take this idea, maybe even change it to something completely different and make it something your own and a way to give your players that one room of creativity. It's honestly helped me out so much, and I have created 2 DMs in my group, and now I have one DM running my hero campaign, and I have another DM running a silly, funny, haha campaign where nothing's serious. And those are breaks. We just take breaks and play those when I need a break for the week or anything like that. It's just really nice to step away. Or even if a player's missing, we also use those when a player is missing and we just jump into one. It makes it easier on us and the player doesn't miss anything in the main story. Okay, I really hope this helped all of you guys. It's a really short video. Again, I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me how much you enjoyed it in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well. Ring the bell. That really helps with the algorithm. I'm trying to get out there and trying to show people how much I love D&D and have everyone have the option to ask me questions. I want to answer everyone's questions if you guys have any. Please, I'd love to. I read all of the comments and I love everything you guys are saying. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and I'll see you all next time.